Welcome back to Gearwire.com. This is the Ovation Celebrity mandolin. It is made in Korea, and it's basically the Ovation sort of Adamas guitar construction shrunk down to mandolin size. You've got all the tiny sound holes. I think there's 14 altogether, and the sort of composite scooped back. And it also does have a really nice sounding preamp. We're listening to the preamp right now. It's an Op24 Plus, and let's just go over a couple of the controls on the preamp here. It is a solid spruce top on this guy, not one of the sort of like carbon fiber composite tops. But there's a overall volume control. There is a 3-band EQ. Right now I've got the mids boosted a little bit, and the treble cut out a little bit to get rid of some of the sort of inherent quackiness in the piezos. If we bypass the EQ, which we can do with a simple press here, you can hear there's a little bit of quackiness. Even then, it's not really so harsh. You really got to kind of like boost the treble for it to be harsh. Let's bring the EQ back in, though. There's also a pre-shape control, which is a mid-cut, which kind of cuts the presence back a little bit. So you can actually sort of, if you play both rhythm and lead on the mandolin, you can kind of switch between two tones using the pre-shape control, although, navigating these little tiny controls in here might be a little bit of a challenge. But so like here's a rhythm tone. And this would be your lead tone. There's also a mid shift here. Let's boost the mids a little bit more. Mid shift. You can hear a little bit. Let's do that again. It just kind of lowers the mid frequency a little bit, not by much, but just a slightly different sound. So there's a couple different, tonal options on this guy. Let's hear what the Celebrity mandolin sounds like unplugged. So we've got our trusty 414 set up. So you can hear it's a very bright tone. It sounds loud right now because, there's nothing to compare it to, and it's right up against this AKG. But this is actually a relatively quiet mandolin, as mandolins go. It's really designed to be plugged in. It wasn't plugged into anything. It is designed to be plugged in, and probably the sort of the shallow back and the spruce top probably contribute to the fact that it's not quite as loud as like a Gibson F4, or even like some of the lower price like Epiphone, like teardrop style mandolins, the A-shaped mandolins. But it plays really well. This mandolin retails for a little under $500, so it's not a super cheap mandolin. It's definitely less expensive than the American-made Ovation mandolin. And it does, the intonation's pretty nice. And it's a relatively easy mandolin to play, especially for this price range. And it sounds pretty good. It's got strap buttons, which is nice. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So that's the Ovation Celebrity mandolin, made in Korea. Retails for, it's about $480, I think, in most places. You've been watching Gearwire.com, and I am Owen O'Malley.